All right, we are here with our host for the evening, and I know her name is Erin, but I'm going to let her pronounce her last name correctly for you.
It's Saraun. Erin Saraun.
Say it again.
Saraun.
All right. Well, I first met her through food.
Yes.
Because she had been in Egypt, and being interested and talented in cooking as she is, she had learned how to cook while she was there. She was teaching there. And she had come back with all kinds of interesting dishes that she had perfected. And so all I had to do was say a word. I said, would you be willing just to come maybe wear something from Egypt and show my first graders a little bit about another place that they don't know much about? Well, she arrived with a full 5-course meal for them. It was amazing. So she is very talented, and I'm going to let her introduce for us this evening the precious little package in front of her, as well as the recipes that we're enjoying in front of us right now.
Okay, so this is my little helper, Adlai. And so don't mind her if she cries or something. But so I was thinking to present tonight breakfast. I don't know about you, but I tend to get into a rut with breakfast. Tends to be like smoothies and granola.
Sounds good to me.
But these are some simple recipes that I find are actually really tasty and easy to take on the go if you are going on the go, but they're also wonderful to enjoy at home as well. So the first one that I want to demonstrate is the quinoa. Quinoa is actually a pseudo grain, and it's not a whole grain, like what we think of as a grain. It's actually a seed, but we can treat it like a grain, and it has many benefits.
How many of you have eaten quinoa? Okay, I'm seeing all hands go up.
Yep.
How many of you include it regularly in your diet? Yeah, it's something that I keep telling myself I want to do more of, so I'm excited for this recipe.
Well, to cook quinoa, it's really simple. It's a cup of quinoa with 2 cups of water. Bring to a boil, and then let simmer on the stove for about 15 minutes. So it doesn't even take very long. Here's our quinoa already prepared. Now you'll probably want to rinse it because it does have some bitterness, like saponins on it, and you want to rinse those off. A lot of the ones that we would buy in the store are usually pre-rinsed, so it's not too much of a concern, but
watch your package and make sure.
Yes. If you do find it bitter, that's probably the reason. Okay, so we're gonna make a cream, a coconut and soy milk cream. So
we're starting here with
coconut cream.
Can I hold it for you?
Sure. And here's our soy milk. It's all measured out already, and we're just gonna put that in there.
All right.
And mix that up. Now, this is something really interesting that I learned about whole grains. Has anyone heard of resistant starches? No. Okay, so resistant where do I want to start? Resistant starches, basically, they take longer to digest. So you're going to the glucose is going to release slower. So you're not going to have that blood sugar spike. And in whole grains, if you let them cool after you cook, it will actually develop more resistant starch. And so that's better for you. They help also with lowering inflammation. They increase satiety. So it's really good to just let those whole grains cool.
So you feel full, and then it lasts longer, the energy level. Yep. That's amazing, without spiking our blood sugar.
Yes. Also, just a note, potatoes, if you let them cool as well, they'll also develop some resistant starches.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So once this is mixed, we can add it to our quinoa. Add that there. Oh, keep the same spoon, sorry. Someone wants to move. She's practicing rolling over.
Hearing me smiles up right there.
Girl.
Yeah, what are you up to up there? You're a spiny girl all of a sudden. Oh my, I'm getting a laugh.
Okay, once that is mixed, we have here, right here. So we've added some fruit puree to the bottom, and you have that in your bowls. This is easy way to make it on the go. Add it on top of the fruit puree.
Beautiful.
And then,
so you could take a combination of fruits. Do you usually use frozen or fresh, or does it not really matter?
So for the puree, I used fresh fruits.
Okay.
And but I'm not sure because Kelsey made this one. But for mine, I used fresh fruits. And you could either make it more. You could have cooked one, like cook it, or you could have it, just fresh. Then we'll add some fresh strawberries on top. I know you guys have some lovely violets. Those are edible. He didn't know. Then add some.
They were locally sourced by our team.
We'll add some almonds here. So almonds, well, nuts in general are amazing, but specifically for almonds, they actually help lower your body inflammation. They help with inflammation. They lower your blood sugar, and they also help lower cholesterol levels. So, get some almonds in, get a little bit of nuts every day. It's really healthy for you. And so we can put our mason jar. You can stick it in the fridge. It can be ready to grab on your way to work, or if you have somewhere to go during the week.
That is amazing and beautiful.
Okay. So the next dish is our quinoa. I mean, not our quinoa, sorry. Our quiches, our mini quiches. So we can take them on the go. And I have a funny story about this. If you give 10 different people a recipe, you're going to end up with 10 different things, right? So the first time I made these, I read it and I was like, okay, so broccoli, onions, 1/4 cup of water. Okay, I'm going to put the onion in the broccoli, put a little water in, just kind of saute or cook it a little bit. And then it says put remaining ingredients in the blender. So I thought that included the water. So I put the 1/4 cup of water in the blender and blended it with everything. Let's just say the quiches came out a little bit softer than I think they were meant to be. I messaged my mom. I said, hey, what do you think of this? She's like, yeah, I think the water is for the vegetables. Well, my aunt happened to be with her, and she said, no, I think the water is to mix with the cornstarch to make a slurry. So the water, it works better if you use the 1/4 cup of water for the vegetables to cook your vegetables in.
And good that you've experimented and we can learn from it.
Yes. Okay, so the nice thing, this is really simple. We're going to put our tofu in the blender. Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
What can I do for you?
In your cream, when your soy milk and your coconut, you can add some maple syrup and a little bit of vanilla and salt. I had forgotten to put that in there, but that does make it taste nice.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So where do you add it? How do you do it?
It should have been when I mixed the cream.
The cream, and it would be all mixed in. Oh, that sounds good to me. I won't forget it maybe at home because my husband would like it though.
If you forget, you can always add it later on top.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so for our quiches, here's our tofu. I have all of our spices and turmeric, our salt, cornstarch, the nutritional yeast flakes. It's all measured out. It does say there's on there black salt. If you haven't heard of that, that has kind of like an eggy taste to it. It has like sulfur. You can usually find that. I'm not sure if they have it at Apple Valley. I haven't seen it there at like an Indian grocery. I found mine on Amazon. But it does add like kind of a nice eggy flavor to the dish. So we'll put all that in there. And where's our Okay, I'll let that run for a bit.
It's nice that you have a nice blender. What kind of
I should have rubbed the tamper. Hold on.
Vitamix?
Yes. Let me just kind of crush that up a little bit. Get that started. You want to blend until it's nice and smooth.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have like a high-powered blender, you could add a little bit of maybe a little extra milk or whatever just to get it going.
There we go.
Okay, then now the recipe says to mix, pour that over your cooked vegetables. But what I did, because I don't like extra dishes and I didn't want to take the time to super chop my broccoli, cook that. I just throw it in the blender with it and kind of blend a little bit, just enough to get everything mixed.
Don't you just like little shortcuts like that? This is why we love the demo, right? Learn how to make it easier.
Let's see. I don't know if it will.
And then your broccoli is going to be nice and small and mixed throughout everything.
I don't have the tamper, so it's gonna want that. But
it's one thing about a Vitamix, it will tell you what it needs if it wants more fluid.
Throw that in there.
Here you are.
Thank you. I should blend it. That's what I should do. Sorry.
This is great. This is hands-on what it's really like in the kitchen because people are going to run into this and now they know what to do.
Yeah, I also added any water that from the sautéing. I just threw it in there too.
Okay.
Is it not?
Oh, it's for your.
Oh, wait a minute. Thank you.
That's exactly.
That will help us so much.
It looked like a microphone at first.
Perfect. Oh, it's not. There we go.
Oh, that's so nice.
I really didn't blend it long. I didn't want to chop the broccoli up fine, but just enough to kind of mix it. And then we'll pour it into muffin tins and bake for about, I found that the time that they have there listed is a little too short. So, anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes until it's nice and golden brown.
Beautiful.
And just wanted to say, I talked a little bit about the quinoa, but about soy. Sometimes people have questions about soy, but soy, if you don't have any issues with soy, it's really healthy for you, and it actually will help you build stronger bones, which I found amazing. It has properties in it that not prevents, but it decreases the resorption markers so that your bones don't break down to allow calcium to go into your bloodstream. So it helps you absorb other minerals as well.
It's amazing. It's also one of the only legumes that's a complete protein, right? Isn't soy a complete protein with all the amino acids?
I'm not sure, but I know quinoa is.
I've heard that. Yes, it might quinoa. So this is, I have people that sometimes ask me if I get enough protein as a vegan, and this is actually a high protein breakfast right here. It's amazing. It's simpler to get than you think, as long as you aren't leaving out the whole grains and the legumes.
Yes. Are there any questions?
Okay. So how do you see yourselves using it or even perhaps adjusting it? I know instantly in my mind, I know what I would try. Try a recipe the way they make it once, and then I know what I would want to experiment with. Do any of you have ideas? Yes? I would have to try it with mango, I have to say. Mango and passion fruit. Wouldn't that be good? All right. Well, we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate Erin so much. We want to thank her for the delicious meal and for the wonderful insights that she's given us, so much information in the demonstration so we can feel comfortable to do it at home. So would you join me in thanking her for being with us this evening?